So I was curious, and I don't think I was the only one, but I wanted to know if you can use Gtechniq Exo here on its own as a standalone ceramic coating as opposed to like a topper the way that it's intended to be used. If you're not familiar, this is Gtechniq Exo. This is their top coat of their prosumer ceramic coating system. This is right here, Crystal Serum Light. That's their main coating. So that's going to give you the majority of your protection, your self-cleaning abilities, that kind of stuff. The things that ceramic coatings are known for. And then Exo is designed to be layered on top of that. And what it does is it adds a little bit of extra gloss and a lot of hydrophobic abilities. So that's what gives you a lot of water sheeting, water beading. So that's how these two are meant to work. It's kind of a tag team duo, and they work really well. But I was curious for people that want to kind of test the waters of ceramic coatings without going all the way in. If they want to step out from a traditional wax or a sealant, but maybe they don't want to spend all the time and money of doing the full Gtechniq system here. I wanted to know if Exo can be used by itself, because we know it works well when it's layered on top of Crystal Serum Light. So I decided to find out by doing a test on this car right here. This is a 2012 Toyota Camry. And 2 years ago I corrected and coated it with just Exo. Back then it was Exo version 3. Basically the car is due for a quick polish and to redo the coating. Because Exo here is, Gtechniq rates this as a lifespan of, I believe, about 1.5 to 2 years. Now keep in mind, that is when it's layered on top of Crystal Serum Light. So I wanted to know, how long is it going to last when you put it directly on the paint? Is it going to last at all? So the first test to see how this coating held up, I want to see what the water behavior is like, because that's one of the biggest benefits to these Gtechniq coatings, is they repel water really well. As you can see now, I haven't washed this, so it does have contaminants on top. But you can see there's still some water beading left. I'm going to say there's something on the surface somewhat. Now there's no question it's definitely due for a reapplication. I wouldn't consider this to be a healthy coating whatsoever. But you can see there's definitely something on the paint. That is not what bare, dirty paint looks like. We were at the 2-year mark, so we were already pushing the limits, even if we did it properly. And it seems it's definitely worn out and it needs to be redone, but there is something still on that surface. So if the question is whether or not Exo is going to bond directly to the paint, I would say this proves that yes, it does. There you have it. It's hurting, but it's kind of still there. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and get this car prepped for a quick little, I'm hoping probably just a one-step paint correction. Again, like I say, it's pretty well cared for, but I'm gonna get this thing washed and prepped, and then we're gonna pull it into the garage. It's a pretty gray day out there, so it's not gonna help us to see swirls and scratches too much. So I'm gonna get it prepped and pull it into the garage, and then we'll get the spotlight out and we'll take a look at the condition of the paint itself to see what kind of protection we got there. I don't have high hopes, because this is definitely a more mild coating compared to Crystal Serum Light or other popular ceramic coatings, especially when it's by itself. Okay, so I've got this thing all washed up now, and I haven't clay barred it yet because that's almost certainly going to cause some marring in the paint, especially on a black car here. And we want to see now what kind of scratches we've got in this. Now regularly I'm not in charge of washing this car, so as far as I know, it's been done properly. Okay, let's see what we got. Surprisingly, it really isn't that bad for 2 years of daily driving. It's obviously not perfect, it needs to be polished, but I'm not convinced that it wouldn't look like this with other ceramic coatings on them. But yeah, overall, we do have, obviously we've got some spider webs, swirl marks, some deeper scratches. That's just wear and tear. I mean, this isn't This isn't a collector car, this isn't a museum car. This thing lives a normal life. So I'm going to go ahead and clay bar this thing, and then I'm going to knock it out. I'm expecting probably just with that amount of damage, probably just a quick one-step polish. One more thing I wanted to show you guys real quick, just to compare these two coatings. This is the leftover bottle of what I actually used on this car 2 years ago. This is Exo. And if you take a close look, you see it doesn't crystallize. This is like a 3-year-old bottle of Exo, and it still looks like normal. It's probably not going to perform the way it should. It's expired, but, and for the record, I'm not reusing this stuff right now. Now, this is Crystal Serum Light. These two bottles have been stored side by side. They're both the same age. I applied them at the same time. Look at the crystallization in this. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. See all the stuff floating around in there? So this coating hardens and crystallizes, and this one clearly does not. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Take that for what you will. But in this case, I'm happy with how this performed on its own. It's scratched, but it's not horribly scratched. Alright, time for the end result. So I ended up doing both CSL and Exo this time around. Just because if you can do both, it's still a lot better than just doing the Exo by itself. I'll tell you one thing, a fresh ceramic coating it's just like ripping the very first fart in a brand new pair of jeans, boys. You can quote me on that.